In 1981, one of the most iconic characters was created, well known to people all around the world, even today. No, not you.
Donkey Kong!
I always knew Donkey Kong originated in an arcade game, but I honestly thought he was just sidelined to a character in Mario Kart. Little did I know, it's a character with his own franchise of platformers. Now, you might picture Donkey Kong looking a little bit more like this. You can attribute his design, characters like Diddy Kong, the jungle aesthetic, to one game, one UK studio, and one influential title. Welcome to the show where I take a swing at games I never grew up with to determine if they still hold up today. Welcome to No-stalgia. When this game came out, games looked like this. They sounded like this. And the last time Donkey Kong was around, he looked like this. So the intro starts up playing the classic arcade title music, with an old Donkey Kong, now known as Cranky Kong, on the old stage with an old gramophone. Then all of a sudden, Donkey Kong comes, dong swinging, as if to say, look at these graphics, look how charming this is now, and listen to how good that music sounds. Having not seen this till now, I can instantly see just from how the game opens, just how charming and ambitious it is, and that has not been lessened by playing it today. The biggest push when making this game was showcasing the graphics, and I'd never played a DK game, but I have to admit, I find this a hell of a lot more visually appealing than this. All the game models were created in 3D, then converted into pixels. This grants higher graphical fidelity than pixel art would ever be able to achieve. I'd argue that traditional pixel art has aged more gracefully, but that is in no way me downgrading the visuals of Donkey Kong Country. The limited colours available on screen at once on the Super Nintendo might seem restrictive, but the need to stick to the same colour palette helped maintain a coherent art style. The colours on display just pop. The first stage transitions from a luscious green jungle to a darker, moodier, more atmospheric setting. I think this is what draws me into Donkey Kong the most. Mario games, for example, have always looked appealing, but they feel like video game levels first, and that's it. When I'm moving through a cavern, and I can see the painstakingly hand-drawn pre-rendered backgrounds and the flickering ambient lighting, and hear the sounds of water dripping, it's inevitably going to feel more immersive, adding a cohesive quality to it. Even the HUD disappearing when it's not needed helps not only keep the screen less cluttered, but adds to the immersion of the game, something that games even today rarely do. This, in tandem with the music, creates one of the most real worlds I've ever seen in a platformer. An element that adds to the visual makeup of the game is the character animation. There are so many unique animations when idle, when interacting with ledges. There's even these ones when failing bonus platforms where Diddy Kong just loses it and Donkey Kong just looks like he wants to kill himself.
Okay.
This adds such personality to the game, making it stand out above other platformers. The platforming is done by Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong at the same time, so both Kongs act as a hit point. You'll lose the one that you're controlling if you get hit, and you can get them back with a DK barrel. You only control the one in front, and the one behind you can't take damage whilst you're not controlling them, but you can switch between them whenever you want. There is actual strategy in choosing which Kong to put in front, as they both control very differently. Donkey Kong is bigger and stronger than Diddy, being able to take out certain enemies that Diddy can't, but his bigger size makes him a bigger target. Diddy Kong is a lot faster, being the more optimal choice for speeding through the levels. This is so satisfying to pull off. The game is built for speed, with rolling into enemies actually increasing your momentum, and the timing of moving platforms built in a way which you can easily blast through them. This is quite easy to do, because the game on the whole isn't that difficult. One of the most infamous aspects of this game is its difficulty. I don't have a problem with difficult games, as long as it doesn't feel cheap, and the deaths that occur feel like they were my fault. Which, to be fair, in this game that's usually the case. Most games have a natural difficulty curve, slowly ramping up but Donkey Kong Country seems to just have random difficulty spikes, which can be a bit discouraging. One level that sticks out is World 4's Snow Barrel Blast. This level comes out of nowhere and is so strenuous. These barrels start rotating, then rotating with zingers in the way, then rotating with zingers in the way and moving up and down. And did I mention it sounds like this? This expertly builds tension, really putting you on edge. As you'd expect, this game has lives. When you run out of them, you're booted back to your last save point. I just don't like lives in games, to be honest. It's a feature that should have stayed in the arcade. You save at Candy Kong's save point, and look, I mentioned it with Torna, I mentioned it with Rouge. Just stop giving your animal characters hairy hooters.
If you want me to put my ass on the line, I need your people to bring me females with hairy jungles down south. Oh yeah.
Okay.
The other Kongs around the island are actually quite helpful. Funky Kong helps you travel to previous areas. Cranky Kong gives you hints on secrets in the levels. Only in the first world though, strangely enough. These secrets can be super fun to discover, with small visual clues in the level, hinting at their whereabouts. This adds a great incentive to comb through the environment. Well, apart from when it's some cryptic bullshit, of course. Why would I honestly risk lives to maybe find a bonus stage, especially when the reward is more lives? The problem with these bonus stages for me is you're either not good at the game, so you probably won't see or even win these bonus stages at all, not getting any more lives, or you're too good at the game and there's no point in doing the bonus stages because you don't need any lives. I like the secrets in the level, I just wish there was a better reward for doing them. Like any platformer, you're going to fight some bosses, and these bosses are a joke. They are way too simple to take down, especially in contrast to the difficult platforming, and they're just regular enemies that have just been enlarged, which seems a little bit lazy. Apart from, of course, the cantankerous Kremlin commander himself, King K. Rool. This bastard stole DK's bananas, and you can bet your ass he's going to get his shit back. This boss fight starts off quite simple, with this really tongue-in-cheek music playing. Oh, just look at him staring at the camera, he's so impressed with himself. But then the music ramps up, taking a more serious turn, and he just kicks your ass over and over and over again. This was such a fun fight, and a really satisfying end to the adventure. If you've been paying attention, you might have realised I kinda like the music in this game. Now, not to shit on Mario, but just what do you think sounds better? The music is so multi-layered, with sound effects spliced in to really meld the sounds of the world in with the sounds of the music. The use of synths and bass create one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. And this is on a console that had a total sound storage of 64 kilobytes. To put that into perspective, this song in its entirety is 78 times the sound of all the sound effects and all of the music in this game. Obviously, if I wanted to show off the music, I have to mention the song that took the composer David Wise 8 weeks to make. When I got to the first water level, this music genuinely blew me away. The tranquil piano melody, overlaid with the sounds of the echoing clanking metal and the deep bass of the synths, create one of the most beautiful compositions ever put into a game. It perfectly gives off a feeling of swimming through these peaceful waters, with still the thought of danger lurking above. Donkey Kong Country is a game that I did not expect to love, as most 2D platformers don't interest me, and I wasn't even born when the Super Nintendo was out. However, the atmosphere, the music, the gameplay loop really sucked me in. If you've never played this game, play it. You will not be disappointed. And if you've already played it, may I direct you to my videos on Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG, yet another game that uses 3D models to great effect. I'm always aiming to make the best content possible, so let me know what you want to see next. I appreciate any support you can give me. I'm gonna go now, and keep searching for the gold in the old.
Look out! I think Moto likes you.
Hey.
I like 'em chunky.
Yeah.
I like 'em big.
Cool.